Turmoil can not only breed better days, but can also be a great source of creativity. Welcome to Random Does Music. Today we're checking out the new EP from Black Veil Brides called The Mourning. This comes after the very successful and surprisingly solid album The Phantom Tomorrow, an album that felt like it finally got post-Wretched and Divine BVB done right, with a big miss that Veil ended up being, and it carries a lot of the same sentiment and lessons seemingly learned on that album I was talking about, The Wild Ones. Between Phantom Tomorrow, the Night EP, and now this new EP, I think the band has truly entered a true renaissance of their career and is in peak form not seen since the absolute mammoth concept album of 2012. With this being an EP, I'm going to take the time to talk about each track one by one, so let's start off with the first one. The Mourning starts off with Devil, a song that wastes no time getting into an energetic mood with plenty of guitar work on display that shows how after many solos, both Jinx and Jake Pitts can still put on a stellar performance courtesy of strings and amp. The lyrics and vocals are standard, steady work from Andy Biersack, but these two are taking center stage with the in and out lines matching ferocity at most times and even taking over in terms of sound and power. These two have always been a dream team on the strings together, but it really just, this is one of those songs that makes you sit back and think, God fucking damn, this cat's spitting. Or strumming. This cat's strumming. Fuck you, same thing. I found this to be the harder track out of everything here on the EP and kept coming back to it for the pure punchy vibe that it came packed with. Ironically, right after the big fight time music comes the most emotional song from this release, a direct sequel to the 2011 track Savior 2, of course. What else would it be? Savior 3? I can count. Jinx wrote the music for this in mid-2020 after the passing of his stepdad, Grant, and notes that the violin and acoustic guitar used in the instrumental tracks from this track were from him and his mother, respectively. I'll admit I might have gotten some of that information wrong. I read a few different articles there and some wikis, so that could be wrong, but I did see that brought up several times over. With that in mind, though, the weight of this track is heavier and is aided by the vocals put on by Andy, who is belting out an ever-impressive performance. Black Veil Brides has always sounded big and ready for arenas, but this track genuinely feels beefy and powerful, given the knowledge of the song's inspiration and the performances put on here by everyone involved. Like I already said, I was kind of turned off by Veil, but The Phantom Tomorrow brought me back, as well as the two songs that came from The Night, those being The Vengeance and Saints of the Blood. And out of the entire band's renaissance, it feels like Andy is sort of finding a whole new fire. From the heavier sides seen in The Devil, and now the more softer, just, I don't know why, but the term grungier comes to mind. This isn't grunge music, this isn't grunge inspired, that's just the word coming to mind for some reason. I don't know, my brain's full of rocks. But Andy is a standout on the EP overall. From grit to sadness to an overall grand display, here comes The Revival. It feels like this EP is a showcase of everything that the band does in an impressive manner, and this song feels like your typical middle-of-the-road affair from the band, but its individuality comes from the fact that every member is on equal proving ground. Andy, Jinx, Jake, Christian, Lonnie. And Lonnie especially is competing head-to-head with the rest of the band, just trying to keep up, and he's managing to keep up in a way that not a lot of bass players can. Especially with a band as, you can call them cringy if you want, prolific as Black Veil Brides. While the song itself doesn't have anything to pick out as a real holy shit moment, it's good to have a song that just sits as good music, because it not only shows that without a focus on a certain element of the band's repertoire, there can be a solid track still coming out of it. You don't have to have this big concept about we're the Revengers of the emo or versus fucking we're super fucking pissed off. You don't need that. You can just have a good song that just serves the purpose of being a good song, and that's what The Revival aims to do and knocks out of the park. I will say though, the allusion to Andy's solo album Shadow Side in the chorus was a nice little touch as well. It's just a good little thing to quote there, with the line possibly referring to letting your true intentions or emotions shine through a facade you may be keeping up, ergo your shadow side. That idea is somewhat continued through Better Angels, the closing song of the EP. Once again, this is a standard song with no specific theme jumping out, with a continuation of the sentiments found in The Revival, being the prevailing idea that Black Veil Brides thrives just in every element. Every member of the band is contributing equal measure, power, and just dedication to the overall art. Like I said, this song just talks more about inner strength, resolve in a tense situation, and that's exactly the kind of thing that is just constantly delivered and hammered into your head here on this EP. And it's good to see another song that you could say it doesn't focus on a particular element, but what it does focus on in a way is this solidarity and just dedication to improving yourself. This quick in and out 4-song EP serves as the bridge between The Phantom Tomorrow and whatever comes next, and it's the perfect kind of thing for a band like this to put out in between major studio albums. I feel like Veil was kind of a low spot, as I've said a couple times here, for the band in terms of musical quality, and to see them deliver with a fantastic album and now 2 great EPs, it gives me massive hope for the future of the band. These guys are going to continue to create steady bangers for years to come, and it's for that reason, and just the reasons I've talked about so far, that The Mourning by Black Veil Brides gets an EP score of 4 out of 5, or an overall album score of 8 out of 10. That's the review. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Did you watch this review out of pure spite because you hate Black Veil Brides? Because that's still a thing that people do in the fucking year 2022. I don't get it. I wish I could say I was saying this as part of a bit, but I still see people going out of their way, going to and many other bands, but like Black Veil Brides social media and be like, you guys are still dog shit. Fucking, if you're gonna do that, like, at least get some flavor on it. Like, at least call them something original besides just emo douchebags. But that's besides the point. I'm a full-grown man wearing a Black Veil Bride shirt with purple hair in my fucking bedroom. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're staying hydrated. Go get some sleep, you fucking goblin. And I will see you guys next time.